Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Scott Carpenter Park for another game of Collegians baseball. Today, the Collegians will be playing host to the visiting Colorado Cannons. Grayson Gifford is on the mound for the Collegians this afternoon. Munoz was first up to bat for the Cannons and lined out to right field. AJ Ruko got the easy grab on that to bring us to one out here in the top of the first inning. Killian is now up to bat for the Cannons. First game of the season for the Colorado Cannons. Hailing from Larkspur, Colorado, just north of Colorado Springs. Gifford on the 0-2. This one is high for ball one. 1-2 pitch coming up. As Gifford catches him swinging inside for strike three. So 2 batters, 2 outs for Grayson Gifford and the Collegians. That brings up number 13, Biggins. Biggins, the center fielder for the Cannons. Gifford coming off an excellent performance last week. 6 innings, only 1 hit. Here he is on the 1-0 count. Catches Biggins swinging for strike one. As I stated earlier, first game of the year for the Cannons. Cannons actually do not have a home field, so all their games will be on the road on 1 pitch outside. That brings up 2-1 for the lefty Biggins. Fastball just catches the edge of the zone for strike 2. Two pitch coming in from Gifford. This one is tipped foul. Two into his windup. Gifford catches him swinging on a high fastball, and that retires the side here in the first inning. So a quick top of the first inning for the Collegians as they head into the bottom of the first, scoreless against the Colorado Cannons. We'll be right back from Scott Carpenter Park. Welcome back as we enter the bottom of the first inning. Up to bat for the number 23, Nick Upstill. On the mound for the Cannons is Griffin Webb, right-handed pitcher out of Lamar Community College. 1-0 pitch is outside for ball 2. We apologize for any issues. Audio is working good, but we are working on fixing quality. One pitch coming in, this one outside for ball 3. Three-one into Upstill. This one is low, and he catches Upstill swinging for strike 2. So full count coming up. Collegians coming off 2 wins and a doubleheader Wednesday night up in Fort Collins against the Bandits. 3-0 against them as Upstill tips this one at bat alive. On deck is first baseman Brady Miguel. 5 o'clock start here in Boulder, a little earlier than we used to. 3-2 pitches in. This one low and catches the bottom corner of the zone, and he catches up still looking for out number 1. So 2 lefties to start the order for the Collegians against this right-handed pitcher, Griffin Webb. Again, first game for the Cannons, so this is his first start of the summer. As Miguel shows bunt, and this one is in for ball 1. One 0 count coming up. This one inside, and he catches Miguel swinging strike 1. This one is tipped foul, bringing up a 1-2 count. Gifford, another strong opening inning there in the top of the first. Gifford with a no-hitter through 6 innings last week. Up 1 hit. As the 1-2 is in, and this one is grounded into left field.
Now batting number 13, John Gazdar.
For a base hit. And that brings up the first right-handed hitter for the Collegians, John Gazdar. Ball is lined into right field and just goes foul. Hot weather here along the Front Range this week, but a little cooler today. 78 degrees sunny. Miguel takes off to second. Easily steals that one. So just like that, 1 out and a runner in scoring position for the Collegians. Bottom of the first inning. Collegians are no stranger to strong starts. Last Saturday against the Fort Collins Bandits 6 runs in the bottom of the first inning. That game ended in 7 in a 10-0 victory. 1-1 pitch in. Off-speed pitch in for ball 2. As the catcher Nelson wants to have a word. Pitcher. Miguel on second base after a base hit into left field and then a stolen base. On deck for the Collegians is Gazdar San Jose State, Alec Ackerman. This ball is popped up along the first baseline near the Cannons dugout and just goes foul. That keeps the at-bat alive. Gazdar struggling a bit, getting contact on the ball, but not able to get on base. A lot of pop-ups. Count. This one is high. Fastball for ball 3. Count coming up. Full count coming up. 1 out. Brady Miguel on second base as Gazdar shoots this one foul down the third baseline. Legions back at home after their first away game of the and that was a doubleheader against the Fort Collins Bandits team. They played here at Scott Carpenter Park last Saturday in a 10-0 win. Miguel goes off to third, and Nelson doesn't even try, and Miguel is in. And it looks like that was ball 4, as that was full count. No one's moved. Ump is calling 3 and 2. So Cannons may have gotten away on there. 3-2 pitch coming up. This one is shot into shallow right. It will be handled. Miguel will go home. Throw to home plate is just off as
Now batting number 22,
Miguel scores
Alec Ackerman.
for the Collegians, and that makes it 1-0. Alec Ackerman, contact there, but it goes foul. So RBI sac fly there for Gazdar. Looked like he got walked. Looked like it was ball 4. A lot of us up here in the press box thought that that was ball 4, but ump calls it out. And on the next pitch, Gazdar pops up into right field, but that one did score Miguel, so early 1-0 lead for the Collegians here. As another right-handed hitter comes up, this is Ackerman, the third baseman. 1-1 count coming up. 1 inside for ball 2. One count, no runners on, but the Collegians do get it run in as Ackerman shoots this one into left field
Now batting
for
number
a
4,
base hit.
Jackson Chatterton.
And that brings up the left-handed hitter, Jackson Chatterton. As Ackerman is leading off on first, this first ball is in for strike 1. Chatterton hitting well to start the season. Homer game a little over a week ago against Dodge City. Second fastball is in high and out of the zone for ball one. Ackerman, who just got a base hit, a grounder into left field. A much-needed single for him, as this one is low, almost goes past, but Nelson, the catcher for the Cannons, stops it. And that brings up 2-1. On deck is Garrett Fisher, catcher today, as this ball just misses the zone and brings up a 3-1 count. Ackerman not leading off much. The Collegians, as we've seen with Miguel, who stole second and third base, have really established a running identity, as this one is grounded to second and just goes through the 5-hole.
Number 5, Garrett Fisher.
Second baseman, that is Killian of the Cannons, and that one goes in for a base hit for Chatterton, and that puts runners on first and second. Still 2 outs, and Garrett Fisher comes up to bat. Outs. Webb with a look over his right shoulder goes through his progressions. This one is bounced to second base. Killian handles that one, but it is not in time, and Fisher will also get to first base safely.
Number 1, Ryan Vogel.
Nice infield hit there for Fisher, and that loads the bases up for number 1 center fielder Ryan Vogel. Working on getting the video feed back up. Looks like it is up for Ryan Vogel's at bat. Bases are loaded here, but 2 outs as Webb goes in. Next swing on Vogel does not look like he went, and that is ball 1. Oliphant, the designated hitter, is on deck. Webb goes in, fastball. This one catches the side of the zone for strike 1 count. Pair of infield errors helps get the bases loaded here. Vogel's certainly looking for anything here to try and get a few runners home, or at least one runner at home. That is Alec Ackerman on third base. This ball is in, and Vogel tips this back and foul. Brings up a 1-2 count. One, two as Webb goes through his progressions. This one is blocked well from Nelson, and good thing because Ackerman was looking to go home. So a good job there from Nelson of the Cannons to save a run, as that ball pitch brings up 2-2. Pitch coming up. This one is bounced to short. Yep. And it looks like Vogel will be safe at first, and Ackerman will score easily. And an early 2-0 lead for the Collegians. So another infield hit. As Lane Oliphant comes up. Lane designated hitter today, but normally a catcher out of the University of San Francisco. First pitch is tipped foul near the Collegians dugout. Infielders of the Cannons having some difficulty controlling some of these bouncing balls. They're looking for the foresight at second, but have not been able to get it, and runners have beating throws to first as this one is high for ball one. And that is helping the Legion build a early 2-0 lead. Bases are loaded, 2 outs for Lane Oliphant. This off-speed pitch catches the bottom of the zone for strike 2, so 1-2 count with 2 outs. On deck to round out the order is number 9, AJ Ruko. 1-2 pitch. Oliphant is caught swinging on this breaking ball, and that retires the side, but not before the Legions get a pair of runs on. And thanks to some infield miscues from the Cannons, the Legions build a small lead in the bottom of the first inning as Grayson Gifford comes back to the mound, for the top of the second inning. We'll be right back from Boulder, Colorado. Back for the top of the second inning. We apologize for our video technical difficulties. Glad that the audio is working as Gifford throws a strike here to the left-handed hitter Cisneros of the Cannons. Second pitch in from Gifford. Outside for ball one. Working to get the video up right now. As this ball is lined into right field, AJ Ruko is handling it, and Cisneros will be safe at second. Video looking like it's back as Gifford gives up his first hit of the afternoon as his first fastball is into the right-handed hitter Heineman, designated hitter for the Cannons, for strike one. Runner on second, no outs as the Collegians took an early 2-0 lead there in the bottom of the first inning due to some infield miscues from the Cannons. Cannons, a team full of Colorado kids. Team without a home field. This is their first game. Just happy they're able to get a team together out to play. All their games will be on the road as this 0-2 pitch is sent into deep center. Vogel will handle it. A nice throw back to the mound. And Cisneros will stay at third and not even look to go home, as that it will advance him to third base, and that'll put runners on the corners with no out still. And this pitch is and a double play there as Levesque, the right fielder, hits this one into shortstop. Gazdar handles it easily, and Heineman looks to go to second base, but just gets caught, and Gazdar makes the easy out back to first to Miguel. So 2 outs there. Still a runner on third. That is Cisneros. That brings up the left-handed hitter, Witzel. This pitch is low for strike one. Oh, one pitch coming in for Gifford. This one, fastball, catches Witzel swinging again, so 0-2. Still no runners have scored. Gifford going through his progressions, takes a look to third. This pitch is low for ball one. Gifford getting the sign from Fisher. Takes a look at third. 1-2 pitch coming up. This one is high and outside for ball two. Two pitch coming up with a runner on third, but 2 outs. Gifford goes through, catches him swinging, strike three. And after a little bit of a shaky start to the inning for Gifford, he gets out of it. And still no runs allowed for the Collegians. Collegians still lead 2-0. As we will be right back with the bottom of the second inning from Scott Carpenter Park. Welcome back to Boulder, Colorado. Is the bottom of the second inning, and we are at the bottom of the order for the Collegians as right fielder AJ Ruko comes up to the plate with Nick Upstill on deck. First pitch into Ruko. This one is low into the dirt for ball one. One 0 pitch coming up from Webb. This one low again. Ball two. A little sloppy defense from the Cannons, but that is to be expected after just one game here, as this one is in for strike one. 2-1 count. Webb gets his first strike in there. Next pitch is low again. That brings up a 3-1 count. AJ Ruko. Three one is in, and Ruko swings hard at this one. As the catcher Nelson's a little shaken up after that one. Full count coming up for Ruko. 3-2 pitch. This one is chopped foul near the cleat dugout, so that keeps the at-bat alive. Legions will have the weekend off, then we'll return to play on Wednesday of next week against the Denver Generals. 3-2 pitch coming up, and this one low breaking.
Now batting number 23, Nick, up again.
Catches Ruko swinging for out number one. That's the third strikeout for Webb. As we're back to the top of the order, and left-handed hitter Nick Upstill is up to bat. 1 out. Collegians lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. This first pitch from Webb is in for strike number one. Good crowd out here at Scott Carpenter Park, here at the corner of 30th and Arapahoe, as another breaking ball catches Upstill swinging for strike two. Beautiful night, as I stated, not too hot today, so we'll close to triple digits next week. 0-2 count coming up. This one is shot down the left field line and goes foul. Legions will take on the Denver Generals on Wednesday in a doubleheader, 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. High is expected to be 99 that day. As an 0-2 count is coming up, 1 out. Bottom of the second. Webb goes through his windup, and Upstill with the grounder to first. Cannons will get the out.
Now batting number 8, Brady Miguel.
And that'll bring up 2 outs as left-handed hitter Brady Miguel comes up to bat. Miguel 1 for 1 on the day with a base hit. First inning. As the Cannons get 2 quick outs here. First pitch is outside, ball 1. One 0 pitch. This one is high for ball number 2. In the on-deck circle is John Gazdar, as this Third pitch is outside again for ball 3. Three-0 count coming up for the lefty Miguel, first baseman. This one right down the middle for strike 1. Catches Miguel looking there. No runners on, 2 outs. As a 3-1 pitch comes up, and this one just dots the edge of the zone for strike 2. So Webb catches up in the count after 3-0 as the 3-2 pitch is up, and this one is shot foul down the first base line. Three-two pitch coming up for Webb. This one is in, and this one is shot into deep left center field. This one is going to drop, and it rolls back to the warning track. Miguel is looking to go 3. He looks like he will get there very easily. And a 2-out triple for Brady Miguel for his second hit of the afternoon. Miguel takes a 3-2 pitch deep into left center field. And he helps the Collegians get a runner in scoring position as Gazdar comes up to the plate. Gazdar 0 for 1 on the day, but had a sac fly RBI in the first inning. First pitch, off speed, drops into the zone for strike 1. Second pitch is passed, and it looks like Miguel is going to score easily. So Nelson unable to handle that pitch from Webb, and it passes. Miguel able to score again. So 3-0. Collegians lead, bottom of the second inning. But an 0-2 count coming up for Gazdar with 2 outs. This pitch, grounder to short, is cut off by the third baseman. Gazdar almost beats the throw, but the throw is in time for out number 3, but not before the Collegians get one more run. So a triple from Miguel, and then a pass pitch scores him as the Collegians take a 3-0 lead into the top of the third inning. We'll be right back from Boulder. Top of the third inning here in Boulder, Colorado. As Gifford is still on the mound, still no runs scored. As number 6, the catcher Nelson is up to bat for the Cannons. First pitch is in for strike 1. Gifford into his windup. This ball catches the top of the zone for strike 2. So a quick 0-2 count coming up for the right-handed hitter Nelson. as Gifford goes into the 0-2, and this ball is shot down the right field line, is fair. Nelson will stay at first, so a leadoff single for him. And the Cannons with a early runner on base here in the top of the third inning. That brings up number 9, Simpson, the third baseman. Gifford with a look over his left shoulder. This first fastball is in, strike 1. Oh, 1 count coming up. Another fastball in, strike 2. Catches Simpson swing in there. Collegians pitchers happy to be back on their home mound after being up in Fort Collins at City Park. 0-2 pitch coming up. This one, strike 3. He catches Simpson looking on an off-speed pitch, and that brings up the top of the order, number 2, Munoz, shortstop. So out number 1, still a runner on first base. That is Nelson after the leadoff single. And so far, so good from Gifford. Takes a look over his left shoulder into his windup. This one is low, as this ball takes an unfriendly bounce over second base. And Nelson is safe at second. Collegians a bit of a slow weekend here, only 1 game here, and then are going to be off for 4 days before they have a doubleheader against the Generals next Wednesday. But then they will get into the heat of their schedule, as they will have a doubleheader on Friday against Thunder Academy, as this first pitch is in for ball 1. Then we'll have a game Saturday night. That Saturday night, that is a week from tomorrow, will be Home Run Derby night. So if you or anyone you know would like to come to Home Run Derby night, please contact the Collegians, their Twitter page or email. All ages are welcome. 2-0 count coming up. This one catches Munoz swinging for strike 1. And then after that, 2 days later, the will head to Hayes, Kansas for their first road trip of the year to take on the Hayes Larks. And once they get back, they'll have back-to-back doubleheaders here at Scott Carpenter. So last kind of easy weekend for the Collegians before they get into the heat of league play. 1 pitch coming up. This one way inside, almost catches the left shoulder of for ball 3. 1 out, still a runner on second base. That is Nelson on the stolen base. Three 1 count. Look over his right shoulder as Gifford enters into his windup. Quick windup here as this one is shot foul and brings up a 3 count. You got to wonder if there's a little bit of instability there in the field, as the Cannons had a few choppy, sneaky bounces there in the first inning, and then on that throw from Fisher to second base, that one bounced over. So could be a result of field conditions. Gifford going into a full count here with Munoz up to the plate with 1 out. This ball is in and shot down the right field line, just goes foul. Just past outstretched arm of Miguel, first baseman. Munoz keeps the bat alive. Gifford looking to get out of another inning. Cannons left 1 runner on third base in the previous inning. 3-2 count into his windup. This ball is sent into deep left center. But looks like it is going to be handled easily by Upstill. Nelson will stay on second, and that is 2 outs for the Collegians as second baseman number 32, Killian, comes up to the plate for the Cannons. Killian up to bat. Gifford to look over his right shoulder as this first pitch is sent back to the backstop, foul for a 0-1 count. Killian, the right-hander, up to bat. Slight shift in the infield for the Jackson Chatterton, the second baseman. Like he's going back to his natural position after sliding in a little bit on second. This 0-1 pitch catches him swinging. This throw from Fisher to Chatterton is just not in time, as Nelson's leading off a lot there on second base. But nonetheless, a great pitch there from Gifford. Brings up 0-2 with 2 outs. Just 1 runner on, so Gifford going to look for another shutout inning. As he's got Killian on the 0-2 pitch, and he catches him swinging on a breaking ball. Another strikeout from Gifford, and another scoreless inning. That is 9 straight scoreless innings from him in his last 2 outings as we go into the bottom of the 3rd inning from Scott Carpenter Park in Boulder. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Boulder, Colorado, Boulder Collegians baseball. As we head into the bottom of the 3rd inning, new pitcher in for the Cannons. This is number 28, Jacobson, southpaw thrower. As leading off for the Collegians is number 22, third baseman Alec Ackerman. Collegians with a pair of runs in the bottom of the 1st, and then they tack 1 more on in the bottom of the 2nd, as first pitch from Jacobson is high for ball 1. Cannons throwing a little something different at the Collegians, as this second pitch is inside, and this one is called for strike 1. 1-1 count coming up. Jacobson into his windup. This one high again, ball 2. 2-1 count coming up for Ackerman. As Jacobson goes into his next pitch, this ball is passed for ball 3. Ackerman 1 for 1 on the day with his first at bat coming in the first inning. Nice base hit into left field for him. As the 3-1 pitch comes up, and this one low and outside, ball 4. So Ackerman will get on base once again. And the Collegians will get a leadoff runner here as right-handed hitter Jackson Chatterton comes up to the plate. Ackerman leading off a bit at first base. Chatterton, 1 for 1 on the day, got on base. This one is thrown in. Looks like it hit Chatterton from here, but staying at the plate. Not sure how that missed Chatterton, but wants to stay at the plate. At the 1-0 pitch coming up for Jacobson, he takes a look at first. This ball is in and catches Chatterton swinging for strike 1. Chatterton and Vogel out of Bradley University. Took on Dallas Baptist a few times this year. Dallas Baptist doing well so far in the NCAA tournament. Another ball way inside, almost hits Chatterton again, and that brings up 2-1. Ackerman at first, not looking like he's going to steal, but leading off a bit as the 2-1 pitch is in. This one is low for ball 3. So Jacobson struggling a bit to find the strike zone here. Trying to get into a rhythm early as he comes in the 3rd inning. 3-1 count is in. This one is outside, and ball 4 as Chatterton will take a walk, and that is back-to-back walks for the Collegians as Garrett Fisher comes up to the plate. And Cannon's catcher Nelson and their pitching coach want to have a word with Jacob. Two runners on, no outs. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Collegians playing well on both sides of the ball right now, as Fisher gets prepared for his 2nd at-bat of the ballgame. Jacobson with a look over his left shoulder into his windup. This one inside for ball 1. Second pitch coming up. Ackerman going to 3rd. Chatterton going to 2nd. This one overthrown a bit, but both runners will advance. As Chatterton nearly got hit in the head on that throw to 2nd. Ackerman looked to go home, but manager Tony Ruko kept him there as Fisher swings this one nice into left field, but it goes foul. Looks like he had nice contact on that one, but just hooked it a little bit too much. As that brings up a 1-2 count with runners in scoring position, 2nd and 3rd base. That's Jackson Chatterton at 2nd base and Alec Ackerman at 3rd base. 1-2 pitch coming up. This one outside, and Nelson saves this one. Bring up a 2-2 count. That last foul ball from Fisher looking like it almost reached the street as this 2-2 pitch is in, and just a bit outside, bringing up a full count. 3-2. Jacobson certainly does not want another walk here as he goes into his windup, and this one is popped up once again from Fisher. A lot of kids trying to get that foul ball, as if anyone gets a foul ball and brings it to SB Street Eats, they get a free treat from our friends SB and Terry there. 3-2 pitch coming up. This one high for ball 4. So that will load the bases. 3 batters, 3 walks. As Ryan Vogel will come up to the plate.
It's getting in there.
Jacobson struggling to find the strike zone early. Had a full count there, but just unlucky as Vogel shows bunt here, but misses for strike number 1. Bases are loaded. Collegians have scored in every inning thus far. Looking to continue that with no outs and the bases loaded. Early in the season, Collegians had a problem of leaving runners on base, but have done a good job of not allowing that to happen much recently. As the second pitch is outside for ball 1, 1-1 count for Ryan Vogel at the plate. On deck is the designated hitter, Lane Oliphant, as the 1-1 count is in, and this ball is sent into left field. This one will drop. 2 runs will score, as Fisher will advance to second, and that is a 2 RBI single from Ryan Vogel, and 2 more runs are tacked on from the Collegians to make it 5-0. And that brings up the designated hitter, Lane Oliphant. Perfect placement on that last hit from Ryan Vogel in left field, as that one dropped for 2 runs to score. 5-0 now as both runners take off. Nelson struggles to get this one, so both runners will easily reach second and third base. And so 2 runners in scoring position, still no outs. 5-0.
Out of 7.
On third, that is Garrett Fisher. On second, that's Ryan Vogel, with the designated hitter Lane Oliphant up to the plate with a 1-0 count. This one low for ball 2. Count coming up. This one low and outside again. Nelson saves it, as Fisher was looking like he wanted to go home on that one. 3-0 count. And 1 more ball, and it'll be the 4th walk for Jacobson, as the 3-0 count is in. This one high, and ball 4. And that loads up the bases once more. Still 0 outs as we approach the bottom of the order. AJ Ruko, the right fielder, is up to the plate. And Nelson will have a word with his pitcher, as the Collegians have scored 2 runs in this inning and have bases loaded and still no outs. 4 walks in this inning. And that's part of the reason why the Collegians, although they have 5 runs, only 4 hits. Part of that due to a pair of errors from Cannons. As this pitch from Jacobson is just outside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch coming up with the bases loaded. Still 0 outs as AJ Ruko is up to bat. This one, great contact. It's going to drop into left field. That's going to score Fisher. The throw to home does not make it, and Vogel will also score easily. So 2 more runs tacked on from the Collegians, and that makes it 7-0.
3, Nick, up again.
As Ruko with a nice base knock into left field as he bats in 2 runs, and we're back to the top of the order with Nick up still. Runners on first and second. Still no outs, 4 runs scored in this one, as this first pitch is in for strike 1. Up still going to look to get on base for the first time today. 0-1 pitch coming in, this one way inside. Ball 1. Two runners on, 1-1. Both runners will go as this one is sent into left field again. And a little bit of a head start from Oliphant there allows him to get home very easily. Ruko slides into third. And up still gets into second base with these as well. So up still, after starting 0 for 2, gets a nice double there. And he bats in a run. And that brings us to 8-0, bottom of the 3rd inning. And Brady Miguel will come up to the plate again. Still no outs, so the Collegians have scored 5 runs in this inning. And still no outs. Collegians up to 6 hits right now. Miguel 2 for 2 on the day with a single in the first inning and then a triple in the last inning, which helped him get home as this first pitch is outside for ball 1. Sun's still bright and shining here in Boulder. 5 p.m. start here, a little bit earlier than usual for the Collegians. Starting around 7:30 or 8, but starting early today so we get some nice sunshine. Maybe part of the reason for the great crowd here. A lot of children in attendance to watch some high-level baseball here in Boulder with no college team at CU. This is the main baseball attraction here as the 2-0 pitch is coming up. This one low and inside for Miguel, ball 3.
Excellent.
And 2 runners in scoring position. Ruko at third base, up still at second. 3-0 pitch coming up. This one catches the outside of the zone for strike 1. Gazdar in the on-deck circle. Still no outs. 3-1 pitch coming up as this one is lined into right field. This will certainly score 2. Miguel will stay at first, but up still will score easily as well as Ruko, and that makes it 10 runs for the Collegians through just 3 innings.
Now batting, John Gazdar.
So Brady Miguel having himself a day, 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a triple. As Jacobson calls it a day. And the Cannons will go to their bullpen for a reliever. Quick break here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Still no outs. 7 runs have been scored in this inning for the Collegians. 10-0 they lead. We'll be right back from Scott Carpenter Park. New pitcher in for the Cannons. This is number 11, Meko, another right-handed thrower. As the Collegians got 7 runs on the board, and it is still the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1 runner on. That is Ackerman on first base. Excuse me, that is Miguel on first base. Ackerman is in the on-deck circle. As the first pitch from Meko is in for strike 1. 0-1 pitch coming up. Look over his left shoulder, and Meko is in. Not look like Gazdar went all the way there, and that's ball 1. Collegians up 10 runs. They can keep this lead. It'll be a run roll after the 7th inning. 1-1 pitch. This one inside. Gazdar is caught swinging there. Brings up 1-2. One-two count coming up. This one is tipped back foul by Gazdar. One-two count coming up. This one is in, and this one is lined into right field. And a base hit for Gazdar.
Now batting 22, Alec Ackerman.
As he gets on base for the first time this afternoon. And no outs as Ackerman comes back up to the plate. Look over his right shoulder is Meko, as that is Miguel leading off on second base. Gazdar on first base, Miguel on second, as this first pitch into Ackerman is inside for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch coming up. Meko taking a look at Miguel as this one's outside, stopped by Nelson. Ball 1. In the on-deck circle is number 4, Chatterton. As the 1-1 pitch is in. Ackerman makes some contact, but this one goes foul again behind the Cannons dugout. And a lot of kids at the ballpark, and they are all fighting for this foul ball. As I stated earlier, every foul ball they bring back to SB Street Eats, they can turn in for a treat. So a lot of these guys are doing whatever they can to get their hands on some foul balls. Both runners take off as this one is shot back into the backstop.
I believe in you, Alec.
A lot of children out here at the ballpark, probably the most we've seen this season. But a beautiful Friday afternoon. A lot of people getting ready for the weekend. And why not come out and catch some baseball? 1-2 count coming up for Ackerman. Second batter for Meko as runners are on first and second with no outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Meko, this pitch is in. This one high and inside, ball 2. Mecco into his windup on the 2-2. This one shot back again from Ackerman, so he keeps this one alive. First game of the season and first league game of the season for the Cannons. Two pitch. This one is outside, and both runners will advance. So runners on second and third. And that brings up full count for Ackerman. So long at bat here from Ackerman as he's kept it alive from a few foul balls. 3-2 coming up with two runners on. This one sent foul again. Collegians 3-1 in Mile High Collegiate Baseball League play so far. 3 wins over the Fort Collins Bandits, one coming last Saturday. 10-0 win, game that Grayson Gifford also pitched in. 2 coming on Wednesday in a doubleheader up at City Park in Fort Collins. The lone league loss of the season coming on Sunday evening against the Boulder 14ers. Low scoring affair there where some late runs helped propel the 14ers over the Collegians. As 3-2 pitch is coming up, and this one is inside for ball 4, and Ackerman will take his base, and that will load up the bases. And we are back with left-handed hitter Jackson Chatterton.
Number 4, Jackson Chatterton.
First pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Chatterton not shy to swing for the fences. As we stated earlier, 2 home runs in a game against Dodge City last week, so he knows, the team knows what he's capable of. So with bases loaded and no outs, Cannons will look to hopefully not allow him to hit anything too deep on them as a quick 2-0 count approaches. Base loaded, this one outside again. Nelson stops this one from going past. Nelson doing a good job of stopping some of these outside pitches, especially with some runners on third base. On deck is Garrett Fisher. Garrett Fisher batting earlier in the inning as well, as 7 runs have been scored in the bottom of the third. Still no outs. This one outside again, ball 3. Ball 4, and that will walk in a run, as that's Brady Miguel who comes home. And that makes it 11-0 Collegians, and the bases are still loaded, still no outs. First pitch in for Fisher. This one is shot straight to the pitcher, Mecco, but it goes past, and they turn 2 there. So the Collegians get 2 outs there, but a run also scores. That's Gazdar coming into home, so that makes it 12-0, but the Cannons do get 2 outs. Ackerman does advance to third base, and that brings up Ryan Vogel. First pitch goes off the chest of Nelson, but stays on the third base line, and Ackerman will stay where he's at third. Ball 1. 1-0 pitch coming up. One inside. Ball 2. 9 runs scored for the Collegians just in the bottom of the third here. 2 runs scored in the bottom of the first, 1 in the bottom of the second, and 9 here in the bottom of the third. Duo count coming up for Vogel, as this one is low and inside, strike 1. On deck is Lane Oliphant. 1 pitch coming in. This one just goes off the bat of Vogel and goes foul to the backstop. So 2-2 count coming up. Mecco looking to get out of this inning. Two pitch coming up. This one is in, and inside, Vogel punches this one down the third base line and foul. Keeps the at-bat alive. Collegians looking to improve to 4-1 in league play. As a 2-2 pitch with 2 outs comes up, this one is grounded to the pitcher, Mecco, and he will get the easy out at first. And that will get them out of a long bottom of the third inning. That sees the Collegians scoring 9 runs. Collegians take a 12-0 lead going into the top of the 4th inning. We'll be right back from Scott Carpenter Park. Grayson Gifford will remain on the mound. Welcome back to Boulder, Colorado. Grayson Gifford, right-handed pitcher, will remain on the mound here in the top of the 4th inning for the Collegians. Up to bat for the Cannons is number 13, Biggins. As first pitch in from Gifford is in for strike 1. A long bottom of the 3rd inning that went through 2 pitchers for the Cannons. And the Collegians were able to get 9 runs in that one, as the second pitch is hit foul behind the backstop. That brings up 0-2. On deck is number 17, Cisneros. Only 8 hits for the Collegians, a lot of walks helping them get their runs. Oh, 2 pitches high, brings up 1-2 count. That was ball 1. One, 2 from Gifford. This one sent deep. Left field, goes off of the light pole and foul. Still no runs scored for the Cannons. This is 9 straight innings for Gifford, scoreless, as the 1-2 pitches in one just misses the bottom corner of the strike zone. Ball 2. Count Gifford into his windup, and he catches him swinging. Strike 3. Another strikeout for Gifford. And that is the first out of the inning as Cisneros comes up to bat. Once again, Cisneros getting on base in the second inning for the Cannons. Going to look to help generate some offense for the ball club out of Larkspur. First pitch coming in, this one low for ball 1. On deck is number 7, Heineman, the designated hitter. One-zero pitch from Gifford. This one off speed in for strike 1. 1-1 count, 1 out. Top of the 4th inning as Gifford into his windup. This one outside, ball 2. Free admission into all home games for the Collegians. So if you are in the Boulder area and want to catch some high-level baseball, come out free of charge as this pitch is low and looks like it misses the strike zone, ball 3. Cisneros up to bat with Heineman on deck, both of them reaching on their first at bat. This one's sent into shallow right as Ruko falls off Chatterton and gets the second out of the inning. That brings up the designated hitter, Heineman. Gifford with 2 outs. First pitch into Heineman. This one side for ball 1. Gifford committed to the Pacifica University, California. As this 1-0 pitch is in, this one catches the strike zone for strike 1, 1-1 count. Did not choose to go this year. Graduated last year, class of 2020, but took the year off. As the 1-1 pitch is in, this one low and outside, ball 2. And actually helped coach his alma mater, Denver South, their JV baseball team. Just their season. 1 count coming up. That gets Heineman swinging. Strike 2. And Gifford will look to join a very talented team next season. As the 2-2 count is up, this one high and inside, ball 3, and that brings up full count for Heineman. Only 3 hits given up by Gifford. Top of the 4th inning. Tries to get through another scoreless inning. 3-2 pitch coming up. This one catches the strike zone. He catches Heineman looking. And strike 3, second strikeout of the inning for Gifford. And that retires the side once again. So another scoreless inning for Gifford. And the Collegians will look to keep the bats swinging in the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll be right back from Boulder. Bottom of the fourth inning here from Scott Carpenter Park in Boulder, Colorado. Leading off for the Collegians is number 25, Lane Oliphant, the designated hitter.
Now batting number 25, Wayne Oliphant.
Lane walked on his previous at-bat as this first pitch is in for ball one. New pitcher on the mound for the Cannons. This is number 20, Thompson. So the fourth pitcher in for the Cannons today as the 1-0 pitch is in for strike one. Oliphant will look to get his first hit of the day. Struck out in first inning and then walked the third as the 1-1 pitch from Thompson is in. One is hit foul. 1-2 count. On deck for the Collegians is Ruko. Cannons have had a lot of games canceled and postponed this year due to some conflicts with high school teams. The high school season here in Colorado was delayed, and so it's going a little bit longer as the 1-2 pitch is in. This one is one
Now
clip.
batting number 9,
Oliphant,
AJ
and
Ruko.
he will take his base as AJ Ruko will come up to the plate. But a lot of games were postponed for the Cannons. Like I said earlier, they do not have a home field, so they've been looking around fields all across Colorado to try and get their games in. But usually the high school season here in Colorado is done by Memorial Day weekend, but here we are 2 weeks after, and they're just getting into the playoffs as the first pitch is hit back. Seeding for most classifications will take place this Sunday. But surely the Cannons will have a little more ease scheduling some games once the high school season is over. As an 0-1 pitch is coming up, Oliphant is on first base. He is looking to steal. He will get in very easily as that pitch was low for ball one. One pitch coming up. Oliphant in scoring position in the bottom of the fourth inning. No outs still as Thompson looks back to second. Ruko with some success on his previous at-bat with an RBI single that batted in 2 runs. So he'll look to continue on that success, especially with a runner in scoring position. 1-1 pitch coming up. Thompson keeping an eye on Oliphant there at second, who's leading off a bit. One pitch coming up for Ruko. Go in the box, this one low, bounces off the dirt, ball 2. In the on-deck circle is left-handed hitter Nick Upstill, the left fielder. Will be up for his 4th at-bat. As Ruko is up 2-1 count from Thompson. This one is in, and Ruko swings hard at this one, but it goes foul. So that brings up 2-2. Clear skies today. Previous few weeks, it's been a little rainy here in the afternoons. Base of the Flatirons in Boulder, but clear skies tonight. No sign of any storm coming in. Only weather situation that the Collegians will have to deal with is the heat coming in next week as the 2-2 count coming up from Thompson. He's into his windup. This one is outside, ball 3. Full count coming up for AJ Ruko. Thompson with the pitch in, and he catches Ruko swinging. Strike 3, and that is the first strikeout for Thompson and the first out of the inning, as we're back to the top of the order with number 23, Nick Upstill.
Now batting number 23, Nick Upstill.
Nick Upstill 1 for 3 on the day. A double in the bottom of third inning. Upstill hailing out of San Francisco State University. As Thompson looks to catch Oliphant off, and Oliphant will look to go to third. He will reach easily. And with 1 out, Upstill is up to bat with a runner on third base. That is Lane Oliphant. That ball from Thompson just going over the head of the shortstop there as his first pitch is in strike 1. Nice little fastball from him there. Oh, 1 pitch coming up. Upstill grounds this one to first. Diving catch there as he throws it to the pitcher Thompson to get the out at first, but Oliphant will score there, so a nice RBI there from Nick Upstill, and that scores another run, and that'll increase the Collegians' lead to 13-0. That'll bring up the left-handed hitter, the first baseman, Brady Miguel, who is 3 for 3 on the day, having a very strong afternoon here with a pair of singles and a triple as well. Pitch way inside for ball 1. One-0 pitch coming up. One inside again as it flies past the hand of the catcher Nelson. Ball 2. Bottom of the 4th, 2 outs, 2-0 count coming up for the left-handed hitter Brady Miguel. Thompson on the 2-0. This one outside again, 3-0. Pitch with 2 outs. Thompson throwing into Miguel. This one low and does not catch the zone as Miguel will take his base, and that is another walk, and that brings up the right-handed hitter John Gazdar. Gazdar 1 for 3 on the day, but had a sac fly in the first inning. Then finally got on base in the bottom of the 3rd with a single as this pitch is in, and Gazdar sends this one into deep right. Looks like it is going to be handled well. That is the right fielder Levesque for the Cannons. And that will retire the side for the Collegians. So Collegians get 1 more run as we head into the 5th inning of play. Gifford looks like he will remain on the mound, and we'll be right back from Boulder. Back top of the 5th inning. Leading off for the Cannons is number 3, Levesque, the right fielder. Gifford, the right-handed pitcher, staying in for the Collegians as he's through 4 shutout innings. This is a bouncer to second base. Chatterton handles this one easily, and he sends it to the first baseman, Given, for out number 1. First pitch from Gifford is outside, ball 1. Jake Given coming into the game for Brady Miguel at first base. Brady Miguel having himself a day, getting on base 4 times with 3 hits. 1-0 pitch coming in, this one low for ball 2, it looks like. Only 3 hits given up so far through 4 and a third for Grayson Gifford, as this one is high, ball 3. I want to thank our vendors here at Scott Carpenter Park that helped make this an enjoyable experience for all our fans. That is SB Street Eats. Go check out SB and Terry, who will provide you with some great ballpark food. And we also want to shout out Baseline Liquors as well, providing refreshments for all of our fans, as Gifford throws in a strike there. 3-1 pitch coming in, and he catches. This is number 10, Witzel, swinging for strike 2. So Gifford catches up a little bit in the count, makes this a 3-2 count with 1 out. He gets the sign from his catchers. He goes in on the 3-2, and he catches him swinging on a low breaking ball. Beautiful pitch from Gifford, and another strikeout for him. And that makes it 2 outs on the inning. Bringing up right-handed hitter. That is the catcher, Nelson. First pitch in from Gifford, outside, ball 1. We also want to shout out Home Run Heating and Air for all your HVAC needs. Go to Home Run Heating and Air. Every Collegians home run is sponsored by Home Run Heating and Air. Speaking of home runs, if you know anyone who would like to participate in a home run derby next Saturday, as the Collegians will host the NoCo Roughnecks at 7 p.m. At 5 p.m., we'll be doing a home run derby. So anyone of all ages who would like to compete and for a chance to win some prizes, come on out to the ballpark 5 p.m. and take some swings, as that pitch is in, ball 3, 3-1 count. Holiday Inn Express Boulder is also a proud sponsor. This 3-1 pitch is in for strike 2. Shout out to Holiday Inn Express for helping us house some of our athletes this summer. It's difficult to get host families, but we get all of our host families out there who have helped kids have a place to stay while they compete in summer ball here in the Mile High Collegiate Baseball League. Nelson, 3-2 count as Gifford goes into his windup. This one is in and popped up. One goes foul once again to keep the at-bat alive. Two outs. Gifford looking to get through another shutout inning, as he winds up on the 3-2. This one is chopped foul into the dugout. Nelson with some time as Gifford gets the sign from his catcher, but he throws it for ball 4. And so Nelson will get on to first for the first runner of the inning for the Cannons. That brings up number 9, Simpson, the third baseman. Two outs, one runner on for the Cannons as Gifford throws a fastball there and catches Simpson swinging for strike number 1. On deck is Munoz. Back to the top of the order for the Cannons. 0-1 pitch. This one dots the edge of the strike zone. Strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch coming up. This one low. Blocked from Jensen, and this throw to second gets past outstretched arm of Chatterton into center field, but Nelson will stay at second. Successfully gets there. So, runner in scoring position for the Cannons. They'll look to get a runner on, or a run in. They're still scoreless here through 4, and 1-2 count coming up. Gifford look over his right shoulder as he heads into his windup, and he catches him. Strike 3. And another strikeout to end the inning. And Gifford gets out of another one. So Cannons stay scoreless as the Collegians lead 13-0 heading into the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back from Scott Carpenter Park. Bottom of the 5th inning coming up as we have a new batter in for the Collegians. This is Sean D. He comes into the game for number 22, Alec Ackerman. Sean D came in at the top of the inning and played third base. But this is his first at-bat at Scott Carpenter this year, as the first pitch in is in for strike 1. Alec Ackerman playing first base coach right now. 0-1 count. Looks like Thompson will remain in the game for the Cannons as this second pitch is outside, ball 1. Sean D out of the University of Illinois, Chicago. Sean D, a marketing major, looking to help us out with some social media and business things this year, as that one is in for strike 2. So 1-2 count coming up. Thompson on the 1-2 windup. This one is chopped foul, close to the on-deck circle where Jackson Chatterton is standing. And that keeps the at-bat alive, 1-2 count. One-two pitch from Thompson coming in. This one is sent deep into left field, going back, and this one will drop at the warning track. He will look to go 2. He will get a standing double and a leadoff double for Sean D. That's his first hit here at Scott Carpenter. And that brings up Jackson Chatterton with a runner in scoring position.
Now batting number 4, Jackson Chatterton.
Leading off at second, that is D. Look over his right shoulder, Thompson into his windup. This one high and outside, ball 1. Into the on-deck circle is Garrett Fisher. 1-0 count coming up. This ball is low and into the strike zone for strike 1. That brings up a 2-1 count. This pitch in, and it is shot back to the backstop. And that brings up 1-2. A runner in scoring position. Chatterton, the lefty. The windup, this one is low and outside for ball 2. Two-two count coming up. No outs, runner on second. This one is low, ball 3, and that brings up full count. Three-two coming up. Thompson into his windup. This one in, and he catches. Chatterton swinging, reaching for that one. And that is strike 3 for the first out of the inning, and that brings up Garrett Fisher. Still a runner on second. Leadoff double from Sean D. That's his first at-bat here in Boulder. Had a few at-bats
Garrett Fisher
up in Fort Collins in the doubleheader wins on Wednesday, but first game here, off to a good start. 1 out. Garrett Fisher, the right-handed catcher, up to the plate, and this one way inside. Gets past Nelson to the left, but he will stay on second and not advance. The on-deck circle is Ryan Vogel. Nelson having a quick word with his pitcher, Thompson. Thompson not throwing a bad game, only giving up 1 run in the previous inning. The Legions swinging the bats well and doing a good job on offense. As a 1-0 count is coming up. This ball high and outside, ball 2. If you have a Game Changer account, feel free to follow live stats and updates through Game Changer. Subscribe today. All home teams here in the Mile High Collegiate Baseball League will doing the Game Changer. Collegians usually have the previous game starting pitcher running the game. Today we are running it. Fort Collins was in charge of the Game Changer on Wednesday. 3-0 count coming up for Garrett Fisher. This ball low and inside, and that catches Fisher swinging strike 1. 3-1 count. Three-one coming up. Thompson on the mound as he throws it in, and this one is way inside. This one gets passed for ball 4. He will advance to third base on that pass ball, and Fisher will take his base. As Ryan Vogel comes up to the plate with runners on the corners and a runner on third base in scoring position. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th.
Now batting number 1, Ryan Vogel.
With a commanding 13-0 lead here from Scott Carpenter Park. Again, if the Collegians are up by 10 or more runs after 7 innings, it will be a run rule, and that will end the game. And first pitch with no outs coming up for Thompson. This one
Don't rub it.
catches left shoulder of Ryan Vogel, and he will take his base. Vogel wincing in a little bit of pain there, but looks like he's walking it off a bit as he'll take his base, and that'll load up the bases for the designated hitter, Lane Oliphant.
Now batting number 25, Lane.
Lane Oliphant up to the plate with the bases loaded. As this one is high for ball 1. Oliphant shown he can go yard after a home run on Saturday night against the Fort Collins Bandits last week. So Cannons know that with bases loaded, they don't want to give him anything that he can hit deep. Bases are loaded here. Runner on first base, that is Ryan Vogel, who got on from a hit pitch. Runner at second base, that is Garrett Fisher. He got on from a walk. And runner at third base, that's Sean D, who got off from a off double. 1-0 pitch coming up, 1 out. Working on getting the video back up and running. And Lane slices this one down the third base line, foul. One count coming up. Looking like we got the video back up as this one is in for ball 2. 2-1 count. Bases are loaded for the right-handed hitter, Lane Oliphant. Lane Oliphant playing designated hitter today, but is a catcher out of the University of San Francisco. 2-1 count coming up. This one is grounded to short. The Cannons do a great job fielding that one and get that one for a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So Collegians bases loaded but cannot convert as we head into the top of the 6th inning from Boulder. We'll be right back from Scott Carpenter Park. Collegians lead 13-0. Back at Scott Carpenter Field as shade starts to come in on home plate. 7 p.m. here at the base of the Flatirons here, Boulder, Colorado. New pitcher, and this is Lebker out of Regis University, left-handed pitcher. First pitch is in for ball 1. So Grayson Gifford, strong outing again. 6 scoreless innings for him, 5 scoreless innings for him, as well as 9 strikeouts. That makes it 11 straight scoreless innings for Gifford in his previous 2 outings. First batter here, that's number 2, Munoz, top of the order, the shortstop for the Cannons. He off with a single into center field. So runner on first base as the second baseman, Killian, comes up to the plate. Lubker on the first pitch. That one is low for ball 1. Lubker on a fastball there. He catches Killian swinging for strike 1. Lubker with a look to first base as this one is hit foul into hole behind home plate by Killian. 1-2 count. Top of the 6th inning here. Collegians with a commanding 13-0 lead, but 1 runner on as this one is slightly outside from Lubker. Fisher stops it, and that brings up a 2-2 count. Two pitches in. This one looks like it catches the top of the zone, and he catches Killian swinging. Strike 3, first strikeout of the day for Lubker. That is the first out of the day as the left-handed hitter Biggins comes up for the Cannons. Runner on first base, that is Munoz. As this first pitch catches the bottom corner of the zone, strike 1. Don't think we'll need the lights tonight. 7 p.m., top of the 6th inning, as this 0-1 pitch is in, and this one is chopped foul behind the Collegians dugout. Strike 2, 0-2 count coming up with a runner on first base. Luke Lubker coming in to replace the starter Grayson Gifford, who had a shutout through 5 innings. This pitch is in, and Biggins with a pop-up into shallow left. Up still able to handle that one. Hauls off the shortstop Gazdar, and that is out number 2. That brings up the left-handed hitter, number 17, Cisneros. Cisneros on base earlier in his outing, but it's not had much success since, as this one is fouled once again behind the Collegians dugout. Lubker with a fastball catches Cisneros swinging there. Strike 2. 0-2 count. Leading off a little bit is Munoz. This third pitch is in. This one is grounded to first and just goes under the hand of Jake Given there. And another weird infield bounce as Cisneros will get to first base on an infield single. So a runner gets on base with 2 outs, runner on first and second, as Lubker stays on the mound. Strike 1, he catches Heineman, a designated hitter, swinging on the first pitch. Oh, 1 count coming up. Lubker with a look around his left shoulder. This ball is in and high. Strike 2 on a breaking ball there. Lubker going to look for another strikeout here, as An 0-2 count is coming up on Heineman. 0-2 pitch. This one is in, and this one is hit foul once again behind the Cannons dugout. And these kids continue to compete for these foul balls. There's a lot of little kids, and every time one of these balls goes foul, they race for them. So if you have little kids and want to come out to the ballpark, make sure you tell them that if they get a foul ball and bring it to SB Street Eats, they will get a sweet treat, as this one is low and outside for ball one. 1-2 count coming up for Lubker. One strikeout here in the top of the sixth for him. Runners on first and second. He goes in 1-2 pitch. This one is chopped foul down the third base line. That keeps the at-bat alive. One-two pitch. Lubker in, and this one catches the outside of the zone there, and he gets Heineman swinging strike three, second strikeout for Lubker, and that retires the side and brings us to the bottom of the sixth inning. Lubker comes in and with a great outing, only allows one hit and still continues the shutout for the Collegians. Collegians lead 13-0 going into the bottom of the sixth inning. We'll be right back from Scott Carpenter Park. Welcome back. Bottom of the sixth inning coming up for the Collegians. Collegians set to bat. Leading off is
Now batting
pinch
number
hitter
28, Justin Francis.
Justin Francis. He's pitching in place of AJ Ruko. AJ Ruko with a strong outing on the day. New pitcher on the mound as well for the Cannons. First pitch is in, this one low and outside, ball one. That is Cisneros. Cisneros formerly playing first base in this one. And he to the mound, left-handed pitcher. 1-0 pitch coming up. This one in for a strike as Francis steps out of the box for a second there. 1-1 count coming up. Cisneros on Francis. This one way inside and looks like it catches the left leg of Francis as he will take his base. Justin Francis out of Taft College, outfielder. Going to come in and play right field. Alec Ackerman sitting in as first base coach in the previous inning.
Nick Upstill.
First baseman Brady Miguel now serving as first base coach. Upstill up to bat against the lefty Cisneros, and this first pitch catches the bottom corner for strike one. 0-1 pitch coming up. Cisneros catches Upstill on a fastball. This is strike two, so quick 0-2 count coming up for Nick Upstill. Oh, 2 count, and this one strike three. Upstill caught swinging on a breaking ball there. And that brings up the first baseman, Jake Givens. One out, up still strikes out as we work to get the video going again. It looks like we got it going. Connection is fine here from the press box, but having some difficulty with our camera. That's why it's freezing a little bit. Cannons look to go back to first, try and get Francis off guard, but he slides back in and safe. Jake Given in, batting in place of Brady Miguel. Jake Given playing first base the last few innings. Has 1-0 count coming up for Cisneros on the mound. Pitch is low and outside, ball 2. This pitch outside again, ball. Actually, excuse me, that is in strike. Two-one pitch. This one catches the edge of the zone. Strike 2. So 2-2 count. Given after being ahead in the count 2-0, Cisneros catches up. And strike 3. Cisneros catches Given swinging. And that's Cisneros' second strikeout of the game. He's not doing too bad for someone that's been playing first base the first 6 innings of this one, but he's come in as a left-handed pitcher and has
number 13,
done a pretty good job striking out the first 2 in the order for the Collegians. That is Nick Upstill and Jake Given. That brings up the third batter in the order, John Gazdar, the shortstop. Justin Francis on first base after a hit pitch. 1-0 count. This one is high. Ball 2. Two-0 count. Francis on first base. Francis coming in for AJ Ruko. Go pitch coming in. This one dots the edge of the zone. Strike 1. On deck is right-handed hitter Sean D. 2-1 count coming up from Cisneros. This one is driven into left field. And a nice base hit from Gazdar. That is his second hit of the evening. And he gets on base, and that puts 2 runners on for Sean D.
Batting number 6, Sean Dean.
Sean D had a double in his first at-bat. He's coming in for Ackerman at third base. This first pitch is in from Cisneros. Fastball catches deep swing and strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch coming up. This one high for ball 1. We want to thank everyone that has stayed into the broadcast and continue to watch these players compete. As a 1-1 count comes up with runners on first and second. This one is hit foul. That brings up 1 and 2. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning. One-two pitch. This one is in, and this one is raked into left field. Looks like it is going to be caught by the Cannons. Like the left fielder may have almost lost that one in the sun, but they catch that and retire the side. And so the Collegians leave 2 runners on, but still maintain a strong 13-0 lead heading top of the 7th inning. We'll be right back from Scott Carpenter Park in Boulder, Colorado. Welcome back. Lupker stays on the mound for the Collegians as we enter into the top of the 7th inning. And leading off for the Cannons is number 3, Levesque, right fielder. Lupker on his first pitch. That one's in for ball 1. 1-0 pitch coming in. This one low and outside, ball 2. Lupker, 2 strikeouts in previous inning. Strong first inning for him. For the starter, Gifford. That last breaking ball is in for strike 1. 2-1 pitch coming up for the southpaw Lupker against Levesque. This one inside and just misses the zone, ball 3. 3-1 count. On deck is Witzel, the left fielder for Cannons, as this 3-1 pitch is in, and it is sliced to the backstop, foul, and that brings up a full count, 3-2. Levesque taking a look at his manager on third base, getting some tips as he prepares for this full count from Lupker. Lupker with a pitch in, and this one is lined and just fouled down the right field line. Fisher still remains at catcher. But as we said earlier, Jake Given coming in for Brady Miguel at first base. And Sean D coming in at third base for Alec Ackerman, as this one is hit foul again. This one is hit foul towards Arapahoe. As here we are at the home field for the Collegians on the corner of 30th and Arapahoe here in Boulder. 3-2 count for Levesque. Levesque, foul ball there to keep the at-bat alive. Lupker going through his progressions and into his windup on the 3-2 count, and this one is grounded to second base. Chatterton handles it easy, and he throws to Given for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 10.
That brings up number 10, the left-handed hitter Witzel. One out. As Lupker goes in on his first pitch, this off-speed pitch just misses the zone, ball 1. One-0 pitch coming in. This one is slightly tipped off the bat of Witzel. That brings up a 1-1 count. Great to see the Cannons out here competing. Their first game of the season. It's been a bit of a struggle just to find a field to play on, but great to see them come out and compete in the game, as they'll be competing in the Mile High Collegiate Baseball League all summer long. As I said earlier, no home field for them this year. They're headquartered out of Larkspur, Colorado, right in between Castle Rock and Colorado Springs. As a 1-2 count is up for the left-handed hitter Witzel. Into his progression in this low, ball 2. So the Cannons will come to Boulder later in the year for a doubleheader. Count coming up, Lupker into his windup. This one just misses outside. Looked like it may have caught that side of the zone there, but ump calls it a ball, as that brings up full count. Lupker full count pitch. This one is grounded to second once again. Chatterton handles this one. Throws to Given, but just a little bit off the plate, and an infield single for Witzel, and that puts a runner on with 1 out, bringing up the right-handed hitter Nelson.
6. Nelson.
One out, runner on first base. That is Witzel on first base as the catcher Nelson comes up. First off-speed pitch coming in from Lubker. Catches Nelson swinging, strike one, 0-1 count. Nelson back into the box, 0-1 pitch. This one catches. This one outside. Looks like called ball one, 1-1 count. 1-1 pitch coming up. This one inside, and this one catches Nelson swinging again. So Lubker having some success on the righty here. And a 1-2 pitch coming up. Witzel leading off a little bit at first base. Lubker goes in, and he catches him swinging, strike three, third strikeout of the day for Lubker. And that brings up number 9, Simpson, to round out the order.
Batting number 9.
13 strikeouts here for the Collegians. As Lubker throws another strike here and catches Simpson swinging. Oh, 1 pitch coming up. This one outside, ball one. Top of the 7th here, but if the Collegians can maintain a 10-run lead, which it looks like they will with 2 outs here, the game will be over after the 7th inning as this 1-1 pitch is driven deep into right field and looks like it'll be handled. Goes past Francis. Ball got caught in the sun a little bit. And a nice double there advances Witzel to third base. And Simpson gets to second base. And so runners on second and third. Back to the top of the order as Munoz comes up.
Now batting number 2. Munoz.
Francis in at right field for AJ Ruko. Ball just got caught in the sun there in right field on a deep hit from Simpson. But that puts 2 runners in scoring position as the Collegians still search for a shutout. Up 13-0 if they can maintain a 10-run lead at the end of this inning. That will complete the game and they'll escape with a victory. But right now, 2 runners on and Munoz up to bat. And the Cannons look like they're getting some offense going. And they want to keep this game going as a 1-0 count up for Munoz. Lubker, this ball is chopped foul behind the Cannons bench into the parking lot. One count coming up with 2 runners in scoring position. 2 outs in the top of the 7th for Lubker. Luke Lubker on the 1-1. This one right down the middle. Strike 2. And the Collegians just 1 strike away from having a 4-1 record to start league play. As the 1-2 pitch from Lubker comes in, and this one down the middle again. Strike 3. He catches Munoz looking. And that's the 14th strikeout of the day for the Collegians, 5th of the day for Lubker in 2 innings. And as I stated earlier, 13-run lead here for the Collegians at the end of the 7th. And that will end this one. Collegians with a dominant game here against the Cannons. This was their opener. But Collegians now 4-1 in their first 5 league games. Lone loss coming to the 14ers last Sunday. But Collegians, a great way to go into their off weekend as they will not return to action until next Wednesday at the Denver Generals. They will not return to Scott Carpenter Park until next Friday when they will have a doubleheader against Thunder Academy. On Saturday, they will face off against the NoCo Roughnecks. Prior to the game Saturday against the NoCo Roughnecks, there will be a home run derby. So again, if anyone you know, or if you would like to compete in a home run derby with a chance to win some prizes before the game next Saturday against the NoCo Roughnecks, please contact anyone at the Boulder Collegians, and we will look to get you involved. Always want to get the community involved in any events we can. But great outing here for the Collegians. Swung the bat early well, took advantage of some defensive miscues from the Cannons, and a dominant 13-0 win as Gifford goes 5 innings, no runs, and then Lubker comes in for 2 innings and keeps the shutout going. But we are happy to bring you some Collegians baseball this season as they compete in the Mile High Collegiate Baseball League. As they get another win, Collegians will look to continue, as I stated earlier, their success next Wednesday, but a weekend off coming up. As for everyone here at the Boulder Collegians, we want to shout out our pitching crew for helping us so much up here in the press box. They help with everything from PA to music to scorekeeping. So we want to thank them very much. But from everyone here at the Collegians and for myself, I'm Devin Marquez, the voice of the Collegians this season. So long and have a good one.